Hi everyone, welcome back to Out of the Stars Start, and today me talking about why I dislike Rampart. I thought this would be a fun video to make because of how much I just dislike Rampart. So let's go and jump right into it. First off, starting with the reasons why I dislike him. He destroyed Toboka City, which is on Kamino, which is my favorite planet, and Toboka City is my favorite city. So first off, I was really peeved off about that. Second off, he left Crosshair for dead. Like, full on left him. Even though he was a soldier of the Empire, full on was just like, you know what, screw him, I don't care. Number 3 is how much he just dislikes clones. Like, dude, that ticked me off already. And number 4, with how long he got away with Toboka City. How long he got away with that. That ticks me off too. But let's start with the first thing. Whenever he, destroyed Toboka City, I had already disliked Rampart so much, just because of his hate for clones already. Like, I had already disliked him. Like, from the get-go, Rampart was a no. I was just like, I don't like this guy. And then he destroyed Toboka City. And I was like, okay, wow, excuse me, sir? That's not something we do. And then the fact that he left Crosshair there, full on left him there. Like, whenever, I don't remember who it was that asked him if they should go get Crosshair. And he was just like, no, he'll die with the others. Like, dude, that is a soldier of the Empire, okay? Now, Crosshair is not my favorite clone. No. Crosshair is not my favorite Bad Batch member. No, he isn't. But still, he is a Bad Batch member nonetheless. Also, at the time of this, he was an Imperial clone. Like, he worked for the Empire willingly. And still, Rampart was just like, yeah, no. Like, we see how much he dislikes clones. That one dude, I don't remember, it's in season 2. It's either the first or second episode, I don't remember which one. But whenever he wouldn't change his report, we see that Rampart just shoots him in the back, and he falls off that cliff. Like, wow. Like, Rampart is just so heartless. I'm like, and like, the fact that he got away with Toboka City for so long just really, really annoyed me. And then finally, that one clone came and told Senator Tucci, and then he was killed. Yeah, I think we all know who ordered that. The guy that I dislike so much. But yeah, he was and then we see that later on, that Senator Tucci, they get the log, and they show everyone on Coruscant in that meeting what really happened on Toboka City, and finally, Rampart was arrested. You do not know how happy that made me. I was just like, yes, finally, Rampart is gone. He is gone. I was just so happy. I was like, never to be seen again. Rampart is gone. Let's go. And that made me so happy. And then in season 3, they're like, surprise! Rampart's back. We hope this makes everyone happy. I was like, I love the Bad Batch, but I don't like this guy. And so, having Rampart back, which is kind of, really was like, I really don't like you. It was so annoying to me, having him back. I'm like, oh, why? Out of all the people, you're like, Rampart. Perfect. And I was like, But yeah. And I was just I was so mad whenever he left Crosshair there. He is an Imperial soldier. And yes, I know that you don't like clones, but he works for you. And we know how, the Empire is just you know what? Screw them. Screw everyone. We don't care. And we know that the Empire is like that. So, seeing that with, Crosshair, it's wow, okay. And then, whenever they realize that, oh, it's been 32 rotations and Crosshair's alive, we probably should go get him. And then, whenever he gets back and Rampart calls him to his office, he's just so dismissive of Crosshair. He's just he doesn't even look up from his data pad. Wow. Excuse me, you're acting as if this is his fault. Wow. He nearly died on that platform because the Empire took so long to realize that, oh, Crosshair is still alive. They took so long to notice that. And the fact is, Rampart's just, so dismissive of him as if it was Crosshair's fault. No. Somebody asked you if they should go get him, and you were like, no, it's fine. He'll die with the others. Wow. I was just like so peeved off about that. I'm like, wow, you act as if it's his fault. It's not. And so moving on to like season 3, whenever we see him, he is already bargaining his way out. Like the minute he sees them, he's already trying to figure out a way to bargain. And so he's like, get me off this planet. I'll tell you what you want. And so like the thing is I was like, I'm sure that if they give him an opportunity for like one brief second, he probably would have bargained for more. Like he probably would have been like, I want this, and then I'll tell you something, and then I want this, and then I'll tell you. Like they would probably have just been repeating things had they given him the chance. And I know that Rampart is exactly like that. And it just like, and we see how much he dislikes clones whenever they're like, hand him his uniform because they're about to land on the docking station to go ahead and get the coordinates for Tantus. Whenever they told Rampart to put that on, he's like, I can't wear this is the captain's uniform. And he like says all that, and then he's like, clones, and just rolls his eyes. It's like, dude, we get it. You don't like them. I don't like you. So it was a perfect thing. It's like, we get it. You don't like them, and I don't like you. And I disliked Rampart so much. And as soon as they were finished with, like, him, I was, like, really hoping they would just ditch him somewhere. Like, I would have been perfectly fine with that. I was happy with the ending that he got. He did die. Thank goodness. But I was, like, really, like, ticked off whenever they, like, kind of kept him around for a little while. I'm like, why? He has done his purpose. Just ditch him somewhere. I don't know. Like, you don't need him anymore. Or, like, whenever, his, thing, what is it called? His, repeller didn't work. So he could, like, get off the ship in time, like their plan was for, and we see Crosshair and Wrecker get off fine, and then it was Hunter and Rampart's turn, and Rampart stops, and, like, whenever, like, Hunter shot it so that way it'd fall, I'm like, oh, wonderful, you're just gonna let him fall, and then he catches him, I'm like, ah, oh, dang it, why'd you do that? And then we see that Wrecker's like, is Rampart still with us whenever they, like, come back, and Hunter's like, unfortunately, yes. And then we see that, like, Rampart wakes that giant beast, runs straight into the Imperial's hands, he gets arrested, I'm like, thank goodness, and then they let everyone out. Echo and Omega let everyone out, which I was happy about them, like, letting all the clones out and all that. I was, like, really happy with that, like, that was, like, really cool to see. But then Rampart, like, after everything the Bad Batch has done to them, you're still like, well, what can I do to get on the Empire's good side again? We see him follow, not saying that, we see him hold her at blaster point. And, like, gets all, like, these secrets. He's like, this should be enough to get me on the Empire's good side again. I'm like, the same Empire that threw you in prison so that way you wouldn't talk. Okay? I don't like you at all, so that's that. And I was happy whenever they, like, I gladly threw you in prison, but, like, wow, you are so desperate to get on the Empire's good side again. Wow. And thank goodness he ended up dying in that, like, not too much later. I was like, yay, finally, Rampart's gone. Problems solved. Because he was just so annoying, and I was like, ugh. I just didn't like Rampart. Never have, never will. But yeah, that's my thing with Rampart. And I just want to talk about that, like, with you guys. Let me know what you guys think of Rampart, what you do and dislike about him. I don't have anything that I like about him, like, at all. And the thing is that whenever they came back with season 3 and he had all that facial hair, I'm like, oh my word, you just made it worse. You just made him worse. Like, he looked so ugly already, so then adding that was just like, it's even worse. But yeah, those are my reasons for disliking Rampart. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. Please like, share, and subscribe, and as always, God bless. Bye, guys.